bed. One day, eh? You better get up. Got to clear up from last night.
Well, after all those customers.
Things would get better.
You keep saying that. You know what I think? I think we were kidding ourselves. We were, right from the start. Seemed like a great idea at the time, our own place. Why not? Why not? I'll tell you why not. Because no matter what we do, OK, you and me, we're losers.
Of course we're not.
Restaurant's dead in the water.
Well, it will be if you don't shift your backside.
What's the point?
Look at the state of this place. Look at it.
That's why I'm staying in bed.
Well, it's not even a bed. What are we going to do? Lie here for the rest of our lives? No money, no furniture, and soon no restaurant. Great. And then, hey, we can move in with your family.
No, we won't.
Well, that's how we're going to end up, like the rest of the Dingles.
Give me a break. You know I'm not like them.
Well, prove it to me.
Belle were asking where Emily was.
I'm picking a Yankee.
She was very good with our Belle. Always ready to take her for half an hour whenever I needed her to.
Well, I'll have to do it for now, won't I?
Aye.
What's up? I do more with that little lass than most fathers. You know, there's businessmen with nannies who only see him for an hour at weekends. Quality time, they call it. Part-time, I call it.
I'm not getting at you.
Aren't you?
I'm just saying, I miss Emily. And so does Belle.
Ah, well, maybe we've seen another side to her. A selfish one. She went high and mighty and didn't give a second thought to anyone. Not even our Belle.
Hello?
How are you?
Oh, better than you by the looks of it.
Pardon?
Well, you look tired.
Oh, well, I took some work home. Some of your record cards are in a dreadful state. I like to run a tidy ship.
Is Gloria all right?
Yeah, she's fine, I think.
Seems a bit hungover to me.
Gloria? No, never. Anyway, let him or her who is without sin.
Exactly.
I had good reason. Besides, if memory serves me well, you've had your wobbly moments in the past.
I am not point scoring. I just want a receptionist who appears interested.
Goodbye, fresh salmon. Adios, oysters.
Customers like the salmon.
Not enough of them, especially not when it's gone rotten round the back.
You can always freeze it.
It wouldn't be fresh then, would it?
They wouldn't know.
I would. Can you copy it onto the others?
Is anything else going to be given the chap?
Well, I'd wondered about the pigeon.
I mean, me, my job.
Well, would it be such a great loss? I mean, you were moaning the other day about not being paid.
Yeah, well, you're going to sort it, aren't you? Anyway, it's not like there's a huge choice of work in the village, is there?
If it's any consolation, me and Tricia will be queuing up with you at the job centre.
No, it's not really.
I won't be long with the post.
Good. What did Eric say about that necklace? No, don't tell me. I bet he went ballistic. Bet his charm offensive wore a bit thin.
He'd have a perfect right to be angry, wouldn't he? If I'd told him.
We've got to.
No, not if I buy it.
Oh, you're joking.
It's my responsibility, and it'll avoid any unnecessary unpleasantness.
Well, why don't you let me have a word with him?
No.
Well, he's only going to throw a wobbly at me, is he?
No, Paddy, but thank you. There is something you could do that would really help me.
Of course.
Lend me the money.
What?
You could take it out of my salary, you know. You'd get it back. It's all so silly. It's only £500.
I'm sorry.
You know I wouldn't ask unless I was desperate.
Well, it doesn't solve anything, Gloria.
Of course it does. I was foolish enough to lose it. I don't want to lose his friendship.
Oh, do you think he put a price on that if you were really friends?
Sorry I asked. Sorry, because it seems to have given you licence to judge those I choose to associate with.
No, it's not like that.
Isn't it?
See? 2 new customers. Not bad for lunchtime.
They're having starters for the main course.
I'm trying to be positive. Things do work out. Like you said, we didn't have the money for the rent, but it turned up, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, turned up all right.
Well, that's what I mean. Thinking positive.
And do you know how? I'll tell you. It wasn't anything to do with anybody smiling down on me, OK? I borrowed it off Carl's.
Why didn't you say?
Because I don't feel brilliant about getting a loan off a pub cook.
Do you think I could have a word with the manager?
What's the problem?
What do you call this?
It's the new, slightly modified menu.
Slightly modified. I had to play Find the Food. There's hardly anything left. What's going on?
You're gonna have the quail's eggs, were you?
You convinced me when I backed you there'd be plenty of people who would.
It takes time.
Don't give me that. You've had time. Where are the customers you promised would be here? Do you think I shelled out good money just to feed your ego with your name above the door?
Talking to me about egos, I'll tell you
Marlon.
something. I've worked harder getting this place off the ground than you ever have in your whole life.
But it's not off the ground, is it?
We've been offering samples in the street. What else can I do? Press gang them, abduct them, kidnap them, drill it into their thick skulls that they should appreciate the chef's art.
Problem is, I'm a businessman, not a patron of the arts.
The lamb fillets are really good.
I'm going to the wallpaper.
Let him go, peasant. It is an art, and I refuse to compromise. Michelangelo, he could have made more painting tourist ashtrays. Did he compromise?
Did they have ashtrays then?
I'm gonna get some air.
You think I've been too hard on her?
Never thought I'd see the day when we'd fall out with Emily.
You're not the only one.
You can't expect her to wear widow's weeds forever.
I've not said that.
And I know Ed's a bit daft.
Oh, I don't want to talk about him. He's not worth it. He's not worth a candle against Butch.
It was your son, you're bound to say that.
And he's her husband.
Was Zach. He isn't here anymore.
That's what I'm getting at. As long as Emily was, so was he, in a kind of way.
Let's get her to come back home, shall we?
Well, so she can have every Tom, Dick and Henry round for tea.
Emily's not like that.
What is she like, then?
She's a good lass and she always will be. Why don't you come round to see her with me? Please, Zach. For Butch's sake.
Hey, don't play dirty.
For my sake.
Oh, go on, then. Might make her see sense. Eat humble pie. Eh?
Gloria! Just the person.
Eric, still in the removal business?
Yeah. A few more things for the house.
I'm sure they'll look lovely.
Well, you could see for yourself at my housewarming tonight.
Tonight, I don't think I can.
Oh, but you have to. You're the only person I'm inviting.
Why on earth would you want just me for company?
Well, let's see, you're witty, intelligent, gracious.
Stop it.
To say nothing of brimming with integrity. Oh, come on. You can't desert a poor old chap on such a momentous occasion.
I don't suppose I can I?
Good girl. Dress is strictly formal. Glad rags, lots of glittering trinkets. About 8.
Right.
Bye.
You're the most miserable, grasping, tight-fisted wazzick who ever drew breath.
Oh, do you have a problem?
You stripped that flat. Wasn't a towel rail, toilet roll holder or lampshade left.
I think you'll find that consumables and fittings weren't part of the tenancy agreement. However, I could find you a nice mock Edwardian toilet roll holder for a price even you might be able to afford.
I've a good mind to dance on them.
You'd be dancing all the way to Hot and Nick if you do. Criminal damage.
How do you sleep?
Remarkably well, now that I don't have you clattering around downstairs.
When I first came here, I was one of the few people who had time for you.
Well, I should hope so. I gave you a chance. Benefit of the doubt.
I despise you now.
Oh, that is a big word for a dingle. Despise. Little insight, Marlon. It's not me you despise. It's yourself. What's that saying? You can take the boy out of the slum, but you can't take the slum out of the boy.
It's really romantic what Emily's done. Standing up for the man you love, don't you think, Carlos?
Nicola?
Walking out into the lonely world. It is, though, isn't it?
Well, no one's ever done it for me.
You've never met the right girl, then.
No, I suppose not.
The only thing you're right about is it is a lonely world. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't feel romantic, I feel scared.
How can you be? What you did took guts. I mean, Zack and Kane are scary even when they're trying to be nice.
Sure they'd never deliberately hurt me.
I should think not. Anyway, the history. You can go for it now.
Go for what?
Well, anything. Travel if you want. Spend the summer in Ibiza, wouldn't that be fantastic?
If it's so good, why don't you do it?
Because it's not really the answer, is it?
This very moment, I don't have anybody or anywhere proper to live. So imagining I'm some film star out of a magazine ain't going to be much use, is it?
No, not really.
See you tomorrow.
Evening. 2 gin teas and a menu.
No.
No what? No food?
Oh, aye, there's food here. Take your drinks to the table and I'll
I'm
come...
not serving them.
Sorry?
You heard. Not after the way you treated me.
Did I forget to give you a tip or something?
You know what I'm on about.
Look, dear, we came in here to dine, not to be treated to a display of juvenile sulks.
He shouldn't behave like a juvenile gigolo then, should he?
Oh, let's go to Shane Marlon.
At least we did Marlon and Trisha a favour.
You did that for me, didn't you?
Paddy let us in.
We've been waiting.
I dropped in at the wool pack.
To see the Daisy?
To see Nicola, if it's any of your business.
Sit you down. We wanted to apologise to you, didn't we, Zack?
I think it's Ed you should be apologising to.
He impersonated my Butch.
My Butch too, and it wasn't like that.
Yeah, well, think how it looked to us. You sneaking about, seeing someone on the sly.
I didn't.
You could have told us.
See? It's not just me. What were we to think? You were either doing something you were ashamed of, or you were ashamed of us. That's double jeopardy, that is.
You must have a very low opinion of me, Mr. Dingle, if you think that either of those things are true.
Didn't want to, but seeing that lad sitting there in black and white...
No, never mind that. The thing is, Emily, you have been like a daughter to us, and there's nothing that can't be sorted. Is there, Zack?
Not much, no.
So, we'd like you to come home with us.
Thanks, Lisa.
Well, that's it then. Come on. Let's go and celebrate down the Woolly.
But I can't.
Come on. She's playing games. I knew it were a mistake coming cow-chowing. She's trying to make monkeys out of us.
No, I'm not. Honest. I wouldn't do that. I've nothing against you.
Oh, brilliant. Hang the flags out.
But I've got to be my own person.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you can come and go as you please at our house.
Within reason.
I'm sorry. I can't even explain it properly myself. I've just got to sort things out for myself. You said I was like a daughter to you.
We meant it.
I was a daughter to me dad.
You're talking in riddles.
I wasn't allowed to think for myself until I met Butch.
And you were so good for him, weren't you, Zach?
Aye.
You were the making of him.
And now you think I've betrayed him. His memory.
Ah, well.
Butch Dingle will always be the greatest love of my life.
Oh, pet.
Whether he'll be the only one, I don't know. When Butch left us, I just wanted to go with him. But I'm still here. And I've got to make the most of it. In my own way.
Not bad.
At least we got service with a smile.
You obviously haven't trifled with the paid help in here.
I don't know what you mean.
Mr. Innocent.
That's me.
You always were a bit naughty.
What?
Well, you were.
I have me standards, though. Never bimbos. She's obviously harboured some secret obsession with me. She might have had the decency to mention it, though. Given us fair warning, I'd given her a wide berth. Of course, she's not the only one around here with a serious fixation.
With you?
No, our esteemed leader with Charity Dingle. I mean, what has she got?
Even I can see her crude attractions. And don't say you haven't noticed.
Well, I don't let it interfere with business.
You have in the past.
If anyone else said that,
What would you do?
well, let me see.
Well, whatever it is, forget it. The reason you and I have remained friends is because we don't mix business with pleasure.
We did once. You were wonderful.
Honestly. Like I said, you are naughty. What's this?
Steak.
What did I ask for?
Steak. Rare.
Very rare.
Well, it is very rare.
I don't want it.
The blood's oozing out on the plate. It makes me want to chuck, but it's rare, all right. It's virtually raw.
The lady isn't happy with her meal. Fetch another one, please.
Could we have a very rare steak?
Oh, what's up with that one? You didn't drop it, did you?
No, I didn't. It's not to the customer's liking.
It's too well done.
It's what? So, does that look well done to you?
Well, that's what I said.
She did.
She wanted it more than I could sling it back in the pan. What am I supposed to do with this?
Shall I get another one?
I know what I'd like to do.
Oh, I'll get another one. It's not worth the bother.
No, instead, right, get £6 and flush it down the toilet.
I think she's getting impatient.
So am I, who is it?
That snotty woman from the stud farm.
Marlon, leave it!
Oh, I'm afraid it wasn't quite right.
To be quite honest, I couldn't give a flying fig. That steak was fine. It was more than fine. It was the finest meat you'll find within 100 miles of here. It was horn killed and hung. Each side barely touched the pan when I cooked it.
What's your problem?
What's my problem? I'll tell you. You come here to enjoy your meal. It's not some power trip, some game where you find fault when there is none. There is none. And you will not find better food anywhere. But as of now, you better start trying because you are banned. I'm excluding you. Go on, bog off. Get out. Do one. Get out!
You're going to regret this, sunshine.
Go! What's up? The mushroom's too mushroomy, the wine too wet. Get out, the lot of you. Leave. Out, go!
I don't think it's going to be a good night for tips.
Oh, looks as good as it smells.
Well, that's always a good start. You don't regret coming?
No, Eric, it's lovely.
You look sad.
When?
Just now, when I came through.
Did I? I was thinking.
You do regret coming, then?
The opposite.
So why the sad face?
It already feels like a home.
Hardly. Yet.
It will do, all these lovely things.
Well, I'm sure you've got plenty of those.
Malcolm and I had a lot of lovely things. I was never happier than when we drew the curtains and had a quiet supper at home. It was never a TV dinner on our laps, whatever we were having. I made sure everything was like this, just so.
Just the simple things.
You think nothing's going to change. You're safe and secure, and the world you both created. Some people might think it's boring. It's fashionable to say that nowadays. But for me, it was everything, and suddenly it wasn't there anymore.
Oh, well, you know what they say. Things can only get better.
No, it doesn't automatically follow.
Not if my culinary efforts are next on the agenda.
That steak cost us nearly 200 quid. I couldn't exactly charge the other customers, could I?
It was cheap at twice the price.
And how much more when none of them customers come back?
Well, if they did, they won't find me here.
Oh, don't be daft.
I was daft, thinking I could do anything more than warm up pub grub for £5 an hour.
You know you're better than that.
Charity saw what I was like when she turned up. She saw right through me.
Yeah, and we all know what she is.
Well, let's put it this way. She's better at her chosen profession than I am at mine. I was the dingle who didn't know his place. Like my old fella used to say, I'll always find you out. I'll always find you out. They have, haven't they? So have you.
The only thing I've found out is the more I know you, the more I love you.
You fell for the chip fry with the big ideas. Not this clown with his name hung over a door for everybody to laugh at.